My name is Isaac. I'm from 9 Point Academy. Okay, this morning I'm particularly glad that I will be sharing some tips to scoring a very high score in IELTS reading to score at 9, because we've been having a number of students score 9 at our center in IELTS reading, and I'm going to share a particular strategy. And this strategy will be a strategy for answering true, false, not given. Okay, in many textbooks, it's just about yes, if you do not find the information, it is not given. Yes, but technically, it's often very difficult for students or candidates to really differentiate between not giving and falsehood. So that is what I will be clarifying in this short video. Okay, yes, you can click subscribe to always watch on YouTube. That is, if you click subscribe, you will always be subscribed to the channel anytime a new video is uploaded. Or you can call the number of our screen if you want to be part of the lecture, full lecture, maybe online or physical class lecture. Okay, so let me transit now into my slide, and you would see yes, and let me give you the details. Okay, so strategy for true, false, not given. These are the strategies we share that has been helping quite a number of our students. A lot of them now score 9, and in the last 3 months, no students score really less than 7.0. Yeah, even the weakest student. Okay, so I'm going to be annotating so that you can really see. Number one thing, I said never decide between false, that is falsehood, and not giving. Never degenerate to say, okay, should this be true, should this be false? Okay, that's the first rule of engagement. Never ever do that. You will be, it's a recipe for missing the answer. Yes, the first thing you need to do, if question statement is given in the passage or not. Okay, and giving, what do I mean? Giving is not part of the IELTS curriculum, but you need to adopt the method. Giving or not giving, you need to decide on that first. Given means the context of the question, that is, and that of the passage are the same. It's not about information now, it's about context, what they are actually trying to say. If they are the same, it's given. Not given means the context of the question does not exist in the passage, or is not the same, does not exist in the passage, or is not the same as the passage. Okay, so I will make that clear. So let me make this one's it's not the same. Okay, as a passage. So that's it. So you must decide between giving and not giving first. Okay, then the next thing you do after that, if it is given, look at it. If it is given, does all the information match? That's, you now decide between false, true or false. Yes. So, but the first thing is you either decide it is given or not given. So if it is not given, you instantly pick your answer. If it is given, then you decide between true and false, or yes or no. That's the way you need to handle. And we're going to, if all information matches, it is true. If there is a falsehood, it is false. I'm going to take us to a practice now. And I want you to look at this. Okay. This question, look at it. Okay, aphantasia is a condition which describes people for whom it is hard to visualize mental image. Okay, you want to see it in the passage if the context is the same, and I will explain what the context means. But this year, scientists have described a condition called aphantasia in which some people are unable to visualize mental image. Okay, what is the context? This one was trying to describe aphantasia. This one also was trying to describe aphantasia. Look at it, aphantasia, in which some people are unable to visualize mental image. This one says is a condition, okay? A condition, okay, in which some people, okay, from whom it is hard to visualize mental image. So this one was trying to describe the condition of aphantasia. The passage was equally trying to describe the condition called aphantasia. So this is given. Then we need to decide between falsehood and true. Does all the information match? Aphantasia is a condition, yeah, a condition from whom it is hard of people, okay, from whom it is hard to visualize mental image, in which some people are unable, okay, you must match word for word. There's something that stood out for me here now. This is unable, this is hard, okay? Unable and hard do not mean the same thing. Unable here means they cannot, hard means it is difficult. There is a possibility, but it's difficult. So you can see there is one word that is a falsehood inside, which does not translate the passage. Because the question is asking you, does this question agree with what is in the passage? So this one now is a false. We have decided that it was given because the context was the same. They were both trying to describe aphantasia. Okay, so let me go to the second question now. This one says Neil Kumar was unable to count sheep in his head. Okay, Neil Kumar from Lancaster has always had a blood man high. He knew it was different. My stepfather, when I couldn't sleep, told me to count sheep. Okay, and he explained what he meant. I tried and I couldn't. Neil Kumar was unable to count sheep, okay, in his head. Okay, what are they talking about here? Was unable to count sheep? Yes. In his head? Yes. Why? Because it's a mental image and it has been said here. So you can see that the context is the same. It's trying to describe Neil Kumar condition, unable to count sheep. This one is also, is it true? Every information match. When I couldn't sleep, he told me to count sheep and explain, but I tried to do and I couldn't, says I couldn't see any sheep. He couldn't. Imagine it. So it is true. Okay, let's go to the next question. So this one is true. Okay, so just like I said, if you're having issues, clarification, and you still want to attend that lecture, you are free. Okay, this is true. The major problem people have is normally between falsehood and not given by experience. Okay, so I'll go to the next question. Okay, look at this one. It said people with aphantasia struggle to remember personal traits. I will keep changing to the slide of the where I gave you the rule because you need to go back to that 5 rules I gave every time. People with aphantasia struggle to remember personal traits, okay, and of clothes and clothes of different people. Okay, look at it. Unlike others with aphantasia, he struggle to recognize faces. Is it the same context? Okay, people, this one was talking about people all people or generalization. But this one was talking about him, one person. Unlike others, with alphatansia is trying to compare, like others, he, the focus was he. This one was saying people with alphatansia struggle. Okay, so the issue was they are not saying the same thing. The context is different. This one was talking about one person, this one was talking about the general people involved in alphatansia. So this is automatic, not given. Okay, because the first thing is you need to decide between not giving and falsehood and giving straight up so that you don't get confused. Okay, look at this now. Okay, this one is a Neil regrets that he cannot portray an image of his fiancée in his mind. Okay, this is the hardest thing to describe. What happens in my mind when I think about things, she said. When I think about my fiancé, there is no image. Are they saying the same thing? He said this one says regret, this one says there's no image. So they are not saying the same thing. But I'm going to go further so as to clarify. If this is where we were getting our answer, this is not given. Nell regrets, it's about his reaction to the issue. This one is just talking about there is no image. They are not saying the same thing. But if we go, but I am not describing an image I'm looking at. Okay, so look at this. I'm remembering features about her. That's the strangest thing, and maybe a source of some regrets. So here it was describing his attitude towards the regrets, because it was talking about Neil, if you look at it from the beginning. So you can see, I first of all highlighted this one to give us an insight into what not given means. They were talking about no image, okay, of his fiancé, but yes, here, but it wasn't talking about his reaction to the no image. It was when we got here, he started talking about the reaction. So the answer is actually here. So it is true. If this was not existing and it was from here, it will be not given. Okay, so those are the ways to pick your answer. Let's go to the others. Okay, inability to picture things in someone's head is often cause for distress, is often a cause of distress for a person. Okay, but while Neil is relaxed about his ability to picture things, it is often a cause of distress in others. This is where some people get confused. It says, okay, it's trying to say possible cause of distress. Okay, this one is a in one person, possible cause of distress in others. They are saying the same thing. The only issue here is that this one was saying one person. This one was saying in others. But the tricky part here now is the fact that it say often a cause of distress in one person. Okay, for others, for others. Okay, the thing there is that it's tricky. It's trying to say one person, is there a possibility of extracting one person from many? Yes. So this one is true, is a tricky true. I normally say this because it's trying to say, okay, one person, cause for distress. It says in others, this one is bringing us the context of others. So in others, one person can be involved. Okay, these are technicalities that we go into details in the class, but here we are just going into general details. So 5 could be tricky for you. Yes, I agree about that. All People with aphantasia start to feel isolated or alone at some point. This one says one person who took part in the study said he started to feel isolated or alone after discovering that other people could not see. What is the issue here? All people starts to feel at some point. This one says one person started to feel isolated and alone. This one, okay, let's not check in the details. Is it the same thing after discovering? This one started to feel alone at some point. All, this one is one person. So the context is different and this is not given. So this is true. Okay. And this is not given. I know number 5 could elicit some emotions that, okay, what's the issue? Okay, why can't it just be not given? Okay, so that is the case. Okay, number 5 could be tricky. So that is the case. And these are the rules. Never decide. With this rule, 90% of the time you are very sure it will guide you. The details for the number 5, I can't go into it. If you like to be part of our lecture, just make sure that you call us. The number will be displayed later. It has been displayed before. But I want to quickly go into one question again that could be very tricky. Okay, this is it. Okay, look at this passage. This is the question. William Galson believes that the appeal of Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders is growing bigger each day. Okay, the William Galson think part of the appeal of is down to frustration with what some see as a failing system. You can see William Galson, Donald Trump, and Bernie Sanders throughout, but was the context the same? This one is talking about their growing influence. This one is talking about the reason for their growing influence. It is totally not the same and it is not given. Yes, they are not saying the same thing in the same context, so it is not given. Okay, so thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. If it's on YouTube, please click the subscribe button. Yes, if you're watching from YouTube, click the subscribe button. Yes, and if you'd like to be part of our lecture, make further inquiry, you can call the number on your screen. If you're watching from other platform, you can call the number on your screen. Okay, so that you will be part of our lecture online from any part of the world and in our physical class in Lagos, Nigeria. So thank you for joining and bye for now. So we'll be expecting you at 9 Point Academy. So bye for now.